Hello, everyone. My name is Dalia Algazar. I am going to be I don't believe in titles, so I make one up every time I go on stage. But I will be your brand and content therapist today. How's that? Good? All right. So we are partnering with Coverings to give you value add, just advice, coaching when it comes to your brand, your marketing, your social media, anything that you need, actually, and therapy, let's put it that way, and actually jewelry compared to three people here. So we have the branding zone, which is on opposite side of this beautiful plexi wall that you see. So you have Tess and Keith and myself, Dahlia, there for you to help you out, just to look at your websites, your marketing, your social media, any advice like you had, right? And LinkedIn, whatever you need. So this is a complimentary service. We are not going to charge you $1 million or anything like that. And it is true just advice from a business perspective. So this session today, I'll give you a QR code where you can scan it in the end of the session if you want all the decks of all the sessions that we've done. So this is going to be talking about content creation. How many people are handling their own content at the moment and regret it? No, I'm kidding. So if you are, how many people handle their own social media? More Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? Yes? We need to chat later because I want to know more about that. LinkedIn? We said Facebook. What else is missing? Twitter? Does Twitter work for you? What works the best? Shout it out. Insta? Because it's visual, I get it. And it's video. So how many people are comfortable being in front of the video camera? Oh, come on, Tara, we've had this discussion. Oh, okay, fine. So this is where I say get comfortable in front of the video camera. If you need help doing it, we are here until Friday. I would be more than happy to get in front of the camera with you, behind the camera, whatever you need, all right? Before you start on creating any type of content, know thy audience. Know them like really, really well. I don't mean talk about like, oh, male, female, what age group, etc. Know what they're all about. Know what their hobbies are. Know what their lifestyle is like. Oh, phone. No worries. I'm kidding. So, the reason why I say that is because your content and your marketing, you have to step in their shoes. You have to step in their brains, and you have to see how persuasive your content that you're creating is going to be to have them take an action. So you are all change agents. You have capes. I can take this the Marvel way, like so many ways, it's not even funny. But this is where I mean it. You have to think of yourselves that you are creating a change in behavior. You want them to call you up, get an estimate, get on that project right away, take action. So for them to take action, your content has to speak to them. Not only what their needs are, but what that emotional hook is going to be all about. So how many people scroll Instagram on a continuous basis? Come on, truth, right? First thing in the morning, me. Damn, it gets you, right? Ugh, it's awful. And it's the puppies, I gotta tell you, me and puppies, and food. I don't know what it is. The amount of bookmarks I have on recipes, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Anyway, so you want them to have this actual idea of what are you going to give to me? What is your offering? So this is an assignment. I know some of you have already seen it yesterday, but I honestly want you to own your expertise. You cannot be an expert for everybody on everything. Forget it. How many people have kids? All right. You cannot be an expert on everything for your kids. It's the same with your clients and your prospects and your partners. Be an expert on what you want to be in, and that's it. Stay in your lane. The reason why I say it is then you own it. then you can own the marketing, you own the messaging, so that it becomes almost like a credibility point. I'm going to go to Dahlia because she's crazy and that she knows what content is all about. That's all I want to be known for. So you have to think of your business that way. You can't say, oh, I'm in this and this and that. This is where affiliates and partners come into play. If you are not within another lane, find partners that have that credibility point, that have that same kind of like ethos that you do, and you partner with them. So an assignment and an exercise for you is going through this worksheet, if you will, where you actually define what your offering is. And you say, our offering is the only one in this category that will benefit. And you write down a couple of benefits, top 3 benefits, and who you are benefiting. So when you are looking at your buyer personas, look at their hot points. Look at what they desire. Look at things that they might not even know they need, because clients don't know what they need. How many times have you had a client come in, oh, I just want to redo the kitchen? Well, okay. So how do you want to redo it? I don't know. Like, what do you have? So you become that idea igniter. That's actually one of my titles as well. But you become that, like, you know, person that they come to because they know you're not only going to get the job done, you're going to give them ideas that they never even thought of. Everybody, post-pandemic especially, their brain width is of a gnat. It's not even a fish or a goldfish. Was it a goldfish? Something like that, right? Yeah. So you want to be able to go to them and say, this is how I'm going to benefit you. And then you leapfrog them. And you can do this with your content as well. Very quickly is, you know, when you create your story, this is where your style comes in. And it's very interesting because we've been looking at websites of companies. The About Us section is so cold. No pun intended, because of tiles and slabs and stuff. But it is so, like, it doesn't tell you like what the story is. What is your passion? Why are you doing what you do? Who's the team behind it? What kind of emotions do they bring in? You know, how do they like even overachieve for clients? That's part of your story. It's not like we've been in business for 50 years. We've done this, and that. And it's not a resume. You have to be able to turn that into a storyboard. People want to do business with people that have a story that they can tell. All right. So make sure that you're able to define your story. Your differentiators are going to come up from that storytelling. And I would advise you, when you're putting these exercises together, put it to the team, but let them do it on their own and then bring them all together and have a discussion about it. You're going to be very surprised how the different perspectives actually fit in really, really well. So what you want to create is your story, your own style. So like if you're fun, do it. If you're all about colors, do that. You know, there was Armin, he showed us his Instagram. He has 100,000 followers. It's all organic. And it's because he is funny as hell on his videos. And the way he takes the pictures and the way he describes it in the posts and all of that, that's his style. Get a style. Get a mascot. Get your dog. Have the dog be the mascot. This is where people, they actually connect to something that is not so as if it's cold as, what am I going to say? The brands are all different. Everybody has to be authentic. Everybody has a style. And so you grab onto that style. The best part about it is if you do not know what your style is, it's very easy. You go to your clients and you say, hey, what do you think we do best? And make sure that you document what they say in 2-3 words. You'll be very surprised. They're going to tell you exactly what you're all about. And it's going to be awesome. Or if it's not, then you know what your style is not. Does that make sense? So you have your story, your style, and your specialty, that lane, what you do best. So this is where in your communication, you're able to have your differentiating points Then you can look at what you do best. What do you do as a business? What do you do as a professional? We're also very passionate, especially me, about having everybody look at their own brand as a professional. You can be in a big company, small company, family company, whatever it is. You also have a brand. You also have a style. So this exercise that we're going through is for you as an individual professional as well. Now, there's a lot of things that you can tie into here because there's a lot of trends that are going on. Post-pandemic, I have never in my life seen so many people try to do, interior decor type of projects that some of them look like epic fails, in my opinion, because I tried it, and they're sharing it on social media. But if you look at the following, it's kind of amazing. So you can flip that script where you take the pitfalls and you educate people on not what to do. And that's a style, that's a trend. And you can totally be on that when you're putting your content marketing or your content calendar together. So for those that are handling their content and social media, how many people have a calendar? Mental calendar, maybe? On Mondays, I'm gonna put kitty. On Tuesdays, puppies. So if you do not have a calendar, get one put together. It's very simple. Do not overthink it. When you overthink it, you actually do not do it. Does that work? That people get overwhelmed about content, and it's actually it's easier than you think. If you put a cadence together of what your content is, you're gonna easily get into that. It will turn into a mental calendar for you. Think of it in the sense of whether it's Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm going to be talking about trends. Whether it's Tuesdays, I will talk about new products and services that we have. Whether it's Fridays, it's Thursdays could be a throwback. So this is where you can say, looking through our lookbook, here are before and after pictures of a project that we did, and it was for so-and-so. You do not have to name a client. You can actually put together some sort of profile for the client. It was a mom, hot mess, big family. We needed to redo the kitchen. She only gave us, 5 days, 10 days, whatever it is, because that kind of content creates association. I'm a hot mess of a mom, 2 teenagers, 4 fur babies, and I would love for anybody to do my kitchen. So this is where I would say, I'm going to contact them. So that's what you want to play on in your content that you put together. The other thing is collect ideas. Collect ideas from your clients. Collect ideas from your discovery, phone calls that you have with clients. What are the hot points? What was the first thing that came out of their mouth, for example? And I know you have a special, you're a producer. So it's not like you go straight to an individual that wants their residency done or something like that. So this is where you also have to think of, what do they come to you for? And so this is what you build within your calendar. So it's super easy. The other thing is you can also reshare. So if, for example, the CTDA has an insight survey, use that. If, for example, how many people first timers and coverings? Oh my God, that's awesome. This is where you go around, collect ideas with pictures. I love this. This is top 7 insights from coverings 2022. It puts you in the forefront. You were here. You actually know your stuff plus a little bit more because you got into the insights, the trends, everything that's being shared on the show floor. You can also spark ideas. So pet peeve of mine, I have to share it. You might think I'm nuts, but that's okay. I've seen so many websites, and it's kind of amazing where people have pictures of beautiful kitchens, beautiful renovated bathrooms and living spaces, and there is nobody living in it. I find that fascinating. To differentiate it, this could be stock imagery. You don't want that. You want to own all the images that you produce, the before and after pictures. Put your handle on it, put your company name on it, put your phone number on it. Every single picture that you put up on social media or on your website own it. Also put a description of what it's about. If I saw this on a website, have no freaking clue what you did. Did you put the plant there? Did you do the tiling? What was it that was done? And then the other thing is you are creating living spaces for different moments, different experiences, right? And so I'm sort of trying to gather why there's no people in the images. There's no living, like it's all staged. And I get that because you finish a project, you go in, you take the shot and you leave. But this is a golden moment. I was just telling another company yesterday, why not revisit them? How many people watch Queer Eye? Yes. And I wasn't looking at you because I thought you were. It's a show where they go in, they renovate, not only the person's lifestyle or wardrobe, but also where they live. But what they do is they do the walkthrough. They're blindfolded. There's moments, there's tears, there's hugs, all of that. It's all fantastic. But what they do is in a couple of weeks, they are watching that person bring in their family, their loved ones, and they're like making dinner, for example. And this is the kind of shots that I think will resonate more with your brand, with your company, because this is what you are creating. You're creating these experiences. So sparking ideas for space. How many people are Pinterest? Or maybe need to be, okay. So this is where you spark ideas for space. You create that what if. What if your kitchen had an island, for example? What if your kitchen had, I don't know what? So this is what you want to do. The before and after project pictures, everybody loves to see that. So the best part about it, this is where video comes in. Edit your video so that it shows what it looked like and what it looks like. Make sure that you give a couple of tips, not your secret sauce, of how you got there. Then you want to also talk about tools or techniques that you used and that you're educating them. You're helping them out of doing something. If they did it on their own, it would be an epic fail. Contests, for example. So like, for example, if someone is engaging with your social media content, maybe the top 5 or those that reshare, because you can actually see that in your insight analysis, you give them a 30-minute consultation, whatever it is, and insights to help build your business. So if you want to ask questions, for example, do more of that. So I have here an example of LinkedIn polls, but you can do polls on absolutely any other social media platform as well. So the thing here, when you do polls, think of it as you're either creating a debate, creating a myth. The whole idea, the myth behind that you can do your own project or your own kitchen on your own, that's a myth, right? Because you want them to come to you. So you can create that in a poll type of scenario. Encourage your audience to engage. I see a lot of social media posts from companies where it's just flat. It's just a statement and it's 25 million hashtags. That will get you absolutely nowhere. So what you want to do is take a look at your audience. What will resonate in your post copy, for example? Make it easy to read. Bullet points, whatever. A lot of times, even on Instagram, if you don't want to do it straight into Instagram, create it on Evernote or a Google Doc and cut and paste it straight into Instagram, for example. The other thing is you also want to re-engage your followers, as well as those that are making the comments. A lot of times the comments are not those that are first-time followers or followers of your company. So if you engage with them, try to make them or convert them into followers of your company. Did you like what we posted? What more would you like to know more about? Blah, 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 tiles, etc. So Instagram is number 1. So this is where we say with the Instagram, really be laser focused on not only the imagery, but also what you are creating within the content, within the posts. Make it interesting. How many people do reels? Did it take you a while to figure it out? Yeah. And it's always changing, right? So this is what, if Instagram or social media is not your cup of tea, go to someone that you can sit with. And believe it or not, teenagers, even though they're a pain in the ass because I got some, they can teach you how to do it. They will teach you how content is consumed on social media in a very different way. So sit with them. Make sure that you really get to see what Instagram is all about, like the latest and the greatest, because it is always, always changing. So take a look at your post, take a look at the engagement. Your insight analysis is like what is going to tell you what's working and what's not, right? Actually, puppies on Monday morning works, by the way, just FYI. The other thing is you also want to make sure that you're using relevant hashtags. So let's talk about hashtags for a second. How many people use 2 or 5 hashtags on a post? How many people use more than 5? Don't do that. So the reason why I say don't do that is because the best way to do it is look at hashtags that are very specific to your company or your business or what you are offering. Then use a couple more hashtags that can actually get you to a bigger tribe, a bigger following, or a bigger community. You're like widening the network. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we looked at social media for a company. Their hashtags was hashtag marble design, something about marble decor, etc. They didn't take it a step further where it was hashtag interior design, for example, or DIY like projects. If you look at the hashtag numbers, you will see that it's way higher than just hashtag marble design. 48 million posts, for example. That's how you widen that network. That's how you widen it where people will reshare, for example. There is this great app or platform called Later. So what Later does is it helps you schedule your posts on Instagram. And so you can see it visually. You can do it by time. You can also preview. And it will also give you a sense and a view of what your feed is going to look like. A lot of people like to see that their feed goes by the brand. The colors are the same. It's not a hodgepodge. So Later is really good. Like I said, if you need help, talent, or creative-wise, you want to take a look at like Fiverr, which is like a talent marketplace as well. They have very, very good rates for people that can help you with social media. I know that we didn't discuss TikTok a lot, but take a look at TikTok from a consumer perspective, from those that are doing interior design projects, those that are actually posting on how they did their floors and so forth, and learn from them. There is something to be said about those that have become influencers, especially post-pandemic, because they did projects in their own home. And it's as if they can educate others. So why don't you do the same? Either that or you engage the influencers. Have them be part of your marketing team. So, and that's also something that you can do. So other ideas to consider: showing expertise, your products, the behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes. So they love it where you're treating them as VIP, that you're giving them the ability to see something that nobody else had. This is also a way through social media and your content. If you share your culture, this is how you attract talent. And I know that's a big thing right now in the industry because of the talent shortage, but show them what the culture is like, show them how you do work, show them your work. Check your analytics. I know I only have 1 minute. And then increase your engagement techniques. So if you're doing multiple platforms, cross promote. You got something on Instagram, put it on TikTok. You got something on TikTok, add it on in Facebook, for example. Canva. How many people know Canva and use it? So Canva is for designers that do not know how to design like myself. It has all the templates in it, social media tiles, business presentations, estimates, proposals, you name it. So it's something to look at. So the video ask that I want to show you, actually, this video ask is something that you can add on to your website. and it can help you with lead gen. It can help you with testimonials, with collecting feedback, for example. And I'm going to give you a chance to use it at the as well. Then the other thing to take a look at is it's and they actually did take the vowels out. Or this is another app, on Apple phones, where you are able to be in the video and then videotape whatever you want to show, whether it's in your background. You can actually do it here in the show as well, or if it's a project that you did together, and then upload it to your social media. I know I raced through this, but like I said, we're here for you until Friday at 3. Bring chocolate or coffee. I'm kidding. You don't have to bring anything. So we're going to try video ask, because I'm going to ask you to give me testimonials or feedback on the session, or if you want a session on something different. So if you can grab your phones and pull out your phones, the camera, and hover it over the QR code, then it's going to ask you to click the link to video ask. And once you do that, it will probably ask you for permission for audio and video. And then you're able to leave a testimonial or feedback either in text, video, or audio. I would love to see your faces, so please do video. And then once you put in your testimonial or your video, or text is fine as well, it will say, please leave your email and your name. And if you want the session deck, just say yes and hit the terms and policy, and then hit send. And I'm gonna see who's done this. All right. So the first 4 people that do this, I have something special for you to give to you. And Tara likes hers, so she'll vouch for me. Anyway, we are here for you. We have sessions tomorrow and on Friday, I think, as well. Anything you need, just let us know. I hope this was helpful. I know it was quick, but thank you for joining me.